Morning everybody, welcome back to Sheep Happens Ranch. I'm gonna take you along for chores this morning, then we'll see what else we can get up to for the rest of the day. Thanks for watching. This year's been a bit of a drought for us here in central Alberta in certain areas. So I'm actually grazing my sheep in the yard right now, or at least this one group of, if you remember from the last video, December breds. They have the painted bums to see who is bred and who is not. And they're all making their way out to go and eat some nice green grass. probably going to get some questions as to why I shovel in front of the feeders there twice a day. And a lot of it's just because I like a really clean barn, but also it builds up so much in front of the pens that you can't get into the lambing jugs over there. So we just shovel it up. It takes like literally 2 minutes. Shovel it up, makes it easier, makes it cleaner. And then the white powder that I spread is just diatomaceous earth, and all that is to help keep the ammonia smell down. So underneath the pack I do put shavings and stall dry, and then we'll also put stall dry throughout lambing when I feel it's getting a little too moistured up or the barn's smelling. The dream is to have a much bigger barn, but as of right now, this one does the job. I can set up 4 pens over there, and then 4 pens right here, and another 2 pens over here. And that's actually the utility room. But I also do have a bed in there that I stay in during lambing. Instead of doing night checks, if I just sleep out here, the sheep wake me up when they're going to lamb in case there's any problem. Have to apologize for the lack of footage for what I did all afternoon, but as by the previous footage you can see that I dug half the potatoes from the garden. Yeah, and night chores are done. I figured I would just run through what I put in my lambing box, just for anybody that may be new to sheep. So I always run 2 different lambing kits, as I'm sure most people do, but the red one is for actual lambing and the blue is for processing. So I always keep gloves on hand. Got a brand new box. I ran out of them earlier this year. Lube. Always make sure we got lube. Iodine. Now I do have a big bottle of this. I will refill this, but this is for the lamb's umbilical cords. So a lot of vets will recommend to dip them. What I find with this squirt top, if I can get it to show here, is that I can put it at the top by the navel and let it run down right after they're born. And then also when I weigh them after they've had their first drink of colostrum, I will do a second time. Just find it easier this way versus trying to dip them. And I find that I waste less and I have better results out of it. And I do weigh the lambs with a little fish scale. And then this is pretty cute. I actually built this out of a Sobeys bag. So it's a little lamb sling. I don't know if I might have to put a picture up of how this works. But their legs go through the front. And then their belly's held up there. And then I grab it, put the fish scale on the top, and weigh them out. It works slick. It's better than any lamb sling that I've ever used. So make sure that we have that. Then for processing, we have our tagger and rings and ringer. Now, I do not castrate my boys. I do put rings on everybody's tail just to keep them cleaner. Not that they are dirty, but as they are shedding sheep. But I just find that it's a lot cleaner and the buyers like it a little bit better. And then I don't have a RFID reader, so with that I have to know who belongs to who. So I actually have management tags. I have blue for the boys, and pink for the girls. And these just fold up exactly, they're shear will tags, so they fold up and go through the ear of the lamb like that. And what I'll do is I'll actually write Mom's number in a tag pen right there and right there so that we know who belongs to who. if they ever get separated versus painting on their side. Pretty much everybody does that, but I always find that Dorpers are a little bit more, they like to jump on their mums a little bit more, so I find the paint wears off very, very quickly. At least this number stays out so I can still recognize who they are from my paperwork that I'll show you when we do eventually get lambs from this group, which will likely be tonight. And I do tag when they're about 24 hours old. And then as far as emergency supplies, we have colostrum and a tuber in case it's needed. This is handy as heck. You just hook it onto the fence and it's got marks on it. You probably can't see it on the camera, but it's got marks on it to know how far you actually need to go up into it. Yeah, you can't see it on the camera, but handy little tuber. Then we have a couple of emergency jackets. I do have more than this. I just brought one out for example. So these will go on the lambs if there's ever an emergency where they get cold. And then also, as it does happen, they are livestock, so every once in a while you get a lamb that breaks a leg. So far, I mean, knock on wood, this year we have not had any broken legs or any crooked limbs that I've had to fix. But I do have supplies to be able to do that. So cotton go underneath. And then I have a bunch of different tube sizes that I can cut in half and then put over the leg and then wrap it in vet wrap so that the lamb can heal on their own. It works like a hot darn. It's incredible. I actually learned that trick from Sandy Brock. One thing I do love about these green panels that I run and lambing jugs that I run is that my lambing kits are always accessible right on the fence. And the blue one for tagging, it fits over there as well. So I'll throw a few towels in here in case that I need it. And yeah, then I just hang it over the fence and I can process lambs as needed. I like to make everything as easy as possible, even though I don't have very many sheep. But the girls are looking very round. There's a couple in here that are quite bagged up. I mean, still, there's probably only one or two that'll go tonight or tomorrow, but in a couple of days there should be lots of lamb footage coming out. So stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate any help I can get growing this channel. I'm not quite comfortable with filming yet, but I will get there. So thanks to everybody that joined for this video. Share with a friend. Look forward to doing more videos. Bye.